All right, welcome back to Flashpoint. All right, listen, during this Black History Month that we continue to celebrate, we want to talk about the idea of seeing color. It's a statement you hear a lot, white folks saying they don't see color to try and prove that they aren't racist. It's often very well-intentioned, but let's be honest, everybody sees color. You can tell a black person from a white person, everybody knows. It's a matter of how you treat people that matters. Howard Schultz, the former Starbucks CEO and possibly 2020 independent presidential candidate, facing a lot of criticism for responding to a question on racial bias by saying that he does not see color. Take a listen.
As somebody who grew up in a very diverse background as a young boy in the projects, I didn't see color as a young boy, and I honestly don't see color now.
Schultz was speaking about the arrest of two black men at a Starbucks in Philadelphia last year, which, as you might remember, ignited a racial profiling storm, and for good reason. It also prompted him to close stores nationwide for a 4 hours of staff anti-racial bias training. I feel like a lot of people can identify with him and identify with what he's saying, and well-intentioned people can see that without understanding what they're missing in that statement. I'll start with you.
I mean, I guess I'm confused. Is he colorblind? Because, I mean, how can you not see color? Difference is how you respond to color. And one of the things I found out is most people who say they don't see color are usually not colored. I see color as a black man. Here's the thing, though. I still believe in a nation where we judge people off the content of their character, not the characterization of their color. And so I think, you know, when we talk about seeing color, that's important. It's how we bridge differences in saying that.
What do you say to somebody, say, like, a person like this, well, maybe tone deaf, doesn't mean anything negative, when there are people out there, and we've seen them in the last few years, who are indeed negative and indeed not coming from a good place when it comes to race relations?
Yeah, well, I think that what he was trying to get at was that he doesn't judge people based on their color, but in a country where a person who is African American is twice as likely to be unemployed as someone who's white, in a country where if you're Latino, you have much lower health outcomes and you have higher infant mortality rates. I mean, the list goes on and on. We have to understand that right now, if you are of a certain color, you will have different outcomes in your life. We're not going to get there by ignoring the problem or hoping that it goes away. We have to get there by addressing it head on. We need people who are brave enough to talk about this issue. I think a big part of this problem can be addressed by people just being willing to talk about it and not try to sweep it under the rug.
Well, that's why we're doing it here today. It reminds me of the Black Lives Matter saying, and then some people responding, all lives matter. Well, of course, all lives matter, and we know that people get frustrated because it's the black lives that are so often overlooked in society, and that's why people get frustrated by a statement like that. You represent, as you said, perhaps the most diverse district.
I agree with Chaz. I think something that we shouldn't overlook here is that Schultz, he is also in the middle of promoting a book, and just so happens that's coinciding with his presidential campaign. He's leaving an out to no longer run if there is a moderate Democrat that announces, and so I question some of the sincerity of what he's doing, and I think the color he sees is the color green.
Of money. Yeah. Well, the guy is a self-made millionaire. We give him credit for that, even if sometimes he's a bit tone deaf. All right, that's it for right now. More Flashpoint after this.